Did anything crazy happen? I mean, you guys are put in such extreme circumstances and situations. Anything, I keep thinking what comes to mind is last season, Denise Richards' implant popped. Anything crazy like that happen with the cast?
It was really crazy to see somebody like pass out from a water thing that we did, and to have hear it from the staff that she was struggling, and then see the urgency at which the DS moved to get into the water and get her out and get her back to a better place was really intense for all of us in the group to watch from the sideline and have a couple minutes of not knowing if she was okay, if we were going to have an ambulance, or it was very intense and real.
Who was this?
I'll keep the who, I guess, probably to a minimum, but it was one of the girls on the cast, and it was intense.
Do you think people were intimidated by you knowing that you are an athlete at all? Maybe you had a leg up?
No, I think we had a lot of athletes, different walks of life, Olympians, soccer players, football players, basketball players, and people that were really well known and had really amazing established careers and did amazing things in the sports world. And I don't think anybody was necessarily intimidated. I think everything that you learn throughout sports is great for being in a team setting like that, to keep morale high, to try and keep people motivated. You're used to it. And, some people, from the reality side of things, or, TV or whatever it may be, they don't necessarily have that. Sure, they work with a cast and a crew, and you get accustomed in that way, but it's not, 11, 12 guys in a locker room or 50 guys in a locker room. It's a lot more team oriented, and I think for the aspects of the show, you had to have, team congruence of thought and camaraderie to just get you through the long days.
Well, yeah, you really had to have teamwork.
Yeah, for sure.
Coming back to real life, civilization, what is one item, something that you could not wait to have or get back to, whether it be home or your hotel? What is something you were like, I will never take for granted ever again?
I think it was just like a Coca-Cola and room service, probably. Since I left home for the show on May 15th, I have not been back home since the show. I don't know if I've really came back to reality yet. I went straight from the show for a couple weeks of work, and then 2.5, 3 months in Europe, from London to Manchester to Amsterdam to Copenhagen, Stockholm, Zurich, Milan, Paris. I went on tour with Drake and lived a fantasy world for the last 3 months. So
wow.
Big thank you to him, and to for me, I think going into the show, I was going into it in a place where I wasn't in a great place in my personal life, and just having some struggles, and going through one of those phases in life that was really challenging. And the show really helped me get to a place of where I felt like I needed to be, but I wasn't quite all the way there. Being around a person like Drake and the people in his crew and people that I've known since I was 18 years old got me to a place of where I'm really sure of who I am as a person, of what I want to do in life. And I needed the family that I've made on the show, and I needed the family that I have in that crew, and the love and support of people reminding me who I am, and what I've done in this life, what I'm continuing to do. And I was surrounded by a lot of love and care, and for me now, I sit here today and am extremely, extremely happy, and have a direction of where I want to go, what I want to do in life, and I'm going to continue to keep on keeping on.
That's amazing. I'm curious what Drake thought of you going on this show.
We spoke a little bit about it, and I told him about some tasks that we did and certain things. He's just like, you're nuts. And he's known that for a long time, because he's known me on a personal level for a long time, and has always seen that in me. And I think just telling everybody throughout his team and his crew, and seeing the rollout of how this has kind of come out, where you get to see a little sense of the videos, people are like, wow. And I think the main question that everybody asks is like, is it real? And there's little parts of TV in it, but nothing is scripted. Everything is just free, off the cuff. And your sleeping arrangements, your food, it's as close as you can get to real life military stuff without it really being. And when you're in a tent in Morocco, and it's 100+ degrees, and you're laying on a small cot with your ruck at your end of your bed, and everybody's dying, and your boots are soaking wet, and they come and wake you up in the middle of the night, and you got to put those boots on and those wet clothes that are drying. It's just, there's so many aspects of it where you don't even think about throwing things in a washing machine or having somebody do your laundry or whatever it is that we take for granted. So it was just dirty, and it was just sandy.
I understand why you come back and go to Europe.
Yeah, that was
live my life.
that was a nice shake up going into a spa every day compared
to much needed, I'm sure.
For sure.